Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida,
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff.
It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now here comes Teddy Bridgewater, first-round pick back in 2014 as he looks to command this Panther offense.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Buccaneers.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Bradley Pinion.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a shoot.
And a loose football. And the Buccaneers have it.
Bridgewater's pass.
So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Colin Kaepernick.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Yetur Gross-Matos just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The ball carrier. He's brought down.
Their bread and butter is their passing game. After that last play, maybe they need to go back to that passing game.
But what's been good for them along the way is they understand their identity. They are a passing team, but they do like to mix in the run every now and then just to keep people off balance. Didn't work very well on that one, but all in all, I like their philosophy.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Fielded near the back of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he's going to drop this down to the
The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
First and 10.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought
the numbers for McCaffrey last week. 19 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Eli Apple on the coverage.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Again, it's Kaepernick. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Kaepernick's pass.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Give him 6 yards in the first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
The tackle
just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 17-0 our score after 1. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it with Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
The onside kick recovered by Carolina.
A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is the classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
At the 3-yard line.
Now Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point try good by Gano. And a route is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And it looks looks like the Panthers' hand. Anderson loses the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
Dante Jackson.
Now Kaepernick. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
First down.
And a big 32-yard play on third.
That's good concentration right there, and he did a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. And it certainly doesn't hurt that at 6'5", he's got a big wingspan that allows him to go up and complete that play.
And the Buccaneers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
Second and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
2 on the play.
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And it looks like Anderson loses the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Brings up 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down.
To throw, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
56, check 56.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards to pick up there.
1-yard line.
56.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Dancing. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown.
Teddy Bridgewater. His 4th touchdown on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Panthers do get a bit closer. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense and Ronald Jones leading them out. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you're heading down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Kaepernick. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And this offense is running away with this one. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Gano the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
The kickoff for Tampa Bay.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line.
Receiving team.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Jason
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. 1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Kaepernick now to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Kaepernick. Airing this one out for Evans. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 48 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone. Now on 1st down. Kaepernick going to throw. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
O.J. Howard.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Again, it's Jones. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and
they'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones taking it in. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
Recovered by Carolina.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the Buccaneers' 42-yard line.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's got his target. That's more. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And oh my goodness, he loses it again.
Complete to Christian McCaffrey. A fumble on
2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers gain a bit of respectability.
Everyone felt like this game was over, but to be able to stay in it, put together a drive, score a touchdown, that's got to be a positive for them.
Myers connects on the PAT, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Airing this one. It's caught inside the 25. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. That's caught by Howard. Sheds up, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard with touchdown number on the as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gano for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Well, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Onside kick is recovered.
The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he's got it complete to Anderson. Anderson loses the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. The quick slant caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
Recovered by Carolina.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now look at him go. The 20. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Touchdown.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
The onside kick recovered by Carolina.
Bridgewater on first down.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
56, the mark, boys, 56. Check, 56.
Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Airing this one up, and at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
At the 6-yard line.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
The onside kick recovered by Carolina.
First down, Bridgewater.
Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the third time. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over with the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead will swell by one more.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
The onside kick recovered by Carolina.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And nothing but daylight ahead.
Okay, baby, come on.
And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Gano the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
The onside kick recovered by Carolina.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 4-yard line.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Touchdown.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Kaepernick looking to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Kaepernick. Airing this one out for Evans.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. So they'd converted their first 2 fourth down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, they remain as hot as anyone. 6-0 now through the first month and a half.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guest.
Going up, a champ with the crown is here. I'ma win anywhere. Hey, so shake it like you don't care. I shake it up everywhere, and I can bake cakes by the pound. Blow the whistle 'cause I love that sound, and we can just keep going round. I'm ready for another round. Go ahead, touch down like that. 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 Hey, hey, go ahead, touch down like that. 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 Like work the middle, work the middle, work the middle. Panic camera to the middle of the dance floor. I think there's something going down. Shorty packing goods like a transport, and I ain't never seen something so round. How round? Round like a planet in orbit. Round like a b-ball. 23 Jordan, dunking on default, automatic.
Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Kaepernick now on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
On first and 10, here's Kaepernick. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field, because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move in the running game.
A gain there of 21 yards.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Panthers nothing.
They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Panther first down.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Throwing, Bridgewater. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
The 20-yard line.
After after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Jones. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier. He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. A second broken tackle. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw is Kaepernick. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Clock keeps moving.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. From the gun, Bridgewater. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Airing this one out for Evans. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it.
His defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Gano now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Panthers nothing.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job.
Onside kick recovered by Carolina.
Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And all the way down to the 9.
Complete.
A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards. Bridgewater. That's complete right around the 8. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
At the 24-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now Kaepernick. That's caught by Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
This is Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Here's Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. On 1st down, it's Jones. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. And he finds Howard complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. They'll throw now on the final play. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial. At the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Panthers nothing. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job.
The onside kick recovered by Carolina.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lead.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
That one goes for 24 yards. To throw, Kaepernick. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 46 yards.
31-yard line.
On 1st down, Kaepernick. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Now Kaepernick. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd and short. Again, it's Kaepernick. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Now, Kaepernick again. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Kaepernick to throw again. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And it looks like the Panthers' hand. Anderson loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Is recovered by the Bucs.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
At the 39-yard line.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Panthers.
Let's bring it.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made.
Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off around the 37, 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, you get a pick 6 in a season. It's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
The onside kick recovered by Carolina.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Robbie Anderson.
Anderson loses the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, Parker, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Here's Kaepernick. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bucs are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Sets him up nicely, first and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he knocks it through.
The score, Buccaneers 48, Panthers nothing. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job.
The onside kick recovered by Carolina.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
First and goal.
That one good for 37 yards.
Check 56. Check right, check right. Come on, baby. Let's go.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 6.
Bridgewater's pass.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Yeah, maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Push him back. Push him back.
Kaepernick looking to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Carl Joseph, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Throwing is Bridgewater. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On the ground, Michel. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. And he finds Howard complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Tampa Bay, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So for our...
She back got me.
That boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. Your chain, name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. Okay. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of Bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage with the mainframe. Loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is